Many people are still trying to become someone else, when the truth is they've already lived through more than what they give themselves credit for. When you stop minimizing what you've already carried and start honoring who you already are, something begins to soften. Acknowledge what you've learned. We often move forward by focusing on what's next, but rarely pause to acknowledge what we've already done, endured, or learned. Surviving change, adapting when life shifted, rebuilding when things didn't go as planned. These are accomplishments too, even if they didn't come with applause. Letting all of you belong. When we keep parts of ourselves hidden or minimized, it creates quiet resistance inside. Not because we're broken, but because we're not fully standing in who we are. Wholeness isn't about perfection. It's about letting all of you belong. Your experiences, your resilience, and the ways you've changed. When connections shift, as you begin to embrace all of who you are, it's common to notice that some relationships shift. Not because anyone is wrong, but because growth naturally changes how we relate. This can sometimes feel like loneliness, especially if you're used to certain connections being part of your everyday life. But often that's not that you're meant to be alone. It's that you're creating space for relationships that align with who you are now. When you stop shrinking or editing yourself, the people who you meet in that fullness tend to arrive more naturally. When you stumble, sometimes when you stumble or feel like you've lost your way for a moment, it's easy to assume that you hit a block. But often it's not a block at all. It's simply old habits, familiar patterns, trying to reassert themselves when something new is taking shape. That doesn't mean that you failed. It means that you're learning. These moments aren't setbacks. They're invitations to notice, to acknowledge, and to choose differently without judgment. When you meet them with awareness, instead of despair, you create space for new habits to form, ones that align more closely with who you're becoming. Flow becomes integration. When you allow yourself to feel quietly proud, not performative, not forced, thus honest about what you've lived through, things begin to move forward with less resistance. Decisions feel clearer. Timing feels less rushed. You don't need to chase alignment, it meets you. If you're in a season of rebuilding or becoming, know that honoring who you already are is not standing still. It's often the moment things change to begin moving again.